Hello everyone, I'm Georgia and this is The Sound of Georgia. And today I'm going to be talking to you about all the feelings I have about Wicked the musical. Because it's complicated. So I don't know if this video has a solid answer to it, and it's probably going to be more stream of consciousness-y than most of my other videos. So hope you enjoy, because at this point in my life, my relationship with Wicked is weird. Wicked was the first musical I saw and I just fell in love with it. I was completely obsessed. So if for some reason you don't know about Wicked, basically it's a retelling of The Wizard of Oz, focusing on the Wicked Witch of the West and painting her in a very positive, misunderstood light. If you want to know more about this before continuing, pause the video and go look it up. I did not listen to a single thing outside of the Wicked cast recording for 6 months, which, given the fact that I've been listening to Hamilton pretty much non-stop for 4.5 years, seems very minor, but it was different. Right after I first discovered Wicked, I would actively not listen to anything else. And I only stopped after 6 months because my iPod broke. It was my favourite stage musical for years. Hamilton did end up dethroning it, much like another Lin-Manuel Miranda song dethroned another Idina Menzel song. I've been listening to We Don't Talk About Bruno all day. So yes, what happened? Hamilton happened. That's pretty obvious. But it's not just as simple as that, I've realised, because I consider it my second favourite show of all time. And yet my most common thought about it now is, when did I become so apathetic to Wicked? That is apathetic, with an A. One word, just making that clear. I still love it. It was what first got me to start writing fanfiction back in 2013, and since then I've been writing far, far more than I was for the previous however many years of my life. When I started writing fanfiction was when I started writing consistently. And if you're about to say fanfiction is not real writing, Wicked itself is fanfiction. Hamilton is fanfiction. Sound of Music is fanfiction. So don't tear me apart on that. Back after I first saw the show, I also read the book series, or the first 3 anyway. The 4th book didn't come out until a few years later, but I read that as soon as it came out. And I really want to read them soonish, and I'll probably do a musical versus book video at some point. And on the topic of the books, I wouldn't not recommend them, but you should just be aware of some things if you want to read The Wicked Years by Gregory Maguire. If you pick up the book because you love the musical, you will probably be disappointed, because it is very, very different. Gregory Maguire's books also have a very specific writing style that will not appeal to everyone, and I'll be only in the first book. But while my main thought about Wicked is, when did I become so disinterested in it, there are some things about it where I get really, really impassioned, which is why I find my relationship with it so confusing. So one of the things I really, really love about this musical at the moment actually hasn't even happened, and that is the movie. The movie has been in development, I guess, for years. I remember there was an episode of Watch What Happened Live that aired back in 2014 that I watched, and it had Julie and Idina on it, and she was asked about the movie. And back in 2014, the idea for the movie had been around for ages, and it still hasn't happened yet. It seemed to be a bit closer than we were before, but with how long it's taken, I don't know. But I'm still very excited about it, especially since I found out John M. Chu is the director and he did Heights. So, but what I want more than a movie is a pro shot. I made a video about the few musicals that I want to see get pro shots, and this was at the top of the list. And a huge part of the reason is, well, my favourite musical already has a pro shot, but also because I can't believe Wicked doesn't have one yet. Wicked is one of the most successful musicals of all time. It's been running for 19 years, and it is in the top 5 musicals of all time from a financial standpoint, and they still haven't filmed it. So I will absolutely go and see this show at the theatre any opportunity I have, and I am really excited for the movie if that ever comes. And I really, really, really want a pro shot, and I want to reread the books again. And yet I'm still very disinterested in it as a thing. You might have noticed in my old house I had a Wicked poster, in the background. But now that I've moved, I actually haven't put that up anywhere, and I don't really feel the desire to. Other than that, there's no picture even remotely connected to Wicked on my corkboard, and I didn't put a picture of Wicked specifically on that corkboard because I already had the poster stuck up. But as I said, I don't have the poster stuck up now, and I still have no desire to put a picture of Wicked up on there, even though I do have a picture of My Fair Lady on it. And I like Wicked more than I like My Fair Lady, which is the other weird thing. As I said, I still count Wicked as my second favourite musical. And yet, not only is my biggest feeling on this musical at this point in my life apathy, but there are musicals I definitely like less that I seem to think about and engage with more. My Fair Lady I would count as my third favourite musical, and I guess it has a similar level of apathy in a way, mostly because the definitive version of My Fair Lady is the movie, and the movie does not star Julie Andrews. I've seen the movie. I don't feel a desperate need to see it again anytime soon, but not connecting much with the movie means I'm left with very little when it comes to My Fair Lady, which in turn lowers interest. And Wicked is kind of similar in that way. And then there's Legally Blonde. For a long time, Legally Blonde was my second favourite musical. Second only to Wicked. This was all before Hamilton even existed. So it was number 2 for a long time, but now it kind of hangs out at number 4 or number 5, depending on the day. And yet I find myself interacting with it actively more than I do with Wicked, though that probably is because it has a pro shot. Link in the down below if you want to watch it. It's on YouTube for free. So all in all, this video I don't think really has a strong answer. My relationship with Wicked is weird, and I can kind of explain it, sort of, but I don't have a definitive answer. I just seemingly seesaw back and forth between complete apathy and really desperate love. I want that pro shot so badly. And there's very little in between. I'm very, very unlikely to watch a little Wicked related clip on YouTube. And if I listen to a musical or movie album, I'll listen to the entire thing. I never just listen to one song. Well, I still consider it number 2, but there are musicals that are definitely lower on my list of favourite musicals that elicit more active emotions for me. Maybe I just need to re-listen to the album again. So thank you, I guess, for sticking around to watch this if you did. I know it's pretty different from what I usually do, not in just what I'm talking about, but in how I'm talking about it. But I hope you enjoyed. Let me know, how do you feel about Wicked? Or is there another musical you kind of feel this way about? Stay safe, guys. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my video next time. So long. Farewell!